Hi, I'm Rob, and today we're going to do some Lotte Berk exercises. We're going to start with a warm-up, followed by a bar, and then some floor exercises, and then a nice stretch to finish. Let's get started. We're going to be marching on the spot. So, lifting your legs up to the front, go through your feet, swing your arms, shoulders back, head up, stomach in. Now swing from your waist, turning your head and shoulders. This works your waist, using your stomach muscles as well. And now just to finish off, some facing front, going through and slowly coming to a stop. We're going to be reaching up, then stretch the elbows and the knees, lengthening the waist, and then reach from side to side, one then the other, and then both again, rising on up, lower the heels, and we're swinging through. 2 bends of the knees and a little bend at the top. Make sure you keep your stomach in when you're looking down when you're down, and you're looking up when you're up. Keep the rhythm. And now we're going to add some arms going round. As we go round with the arms, open up your chest. Nice deep bend in the knees, getting lower, warming up. And of course, don't forget to keep your stomach in. Good. Now we'll grab a bar, push back with your bottom into a flat back and bench stretch your knees. Then one knee, then the other. And then back to both knees, and then stretch and hold it there. Slight bend in the knees now, hands on the knees, slide all the way down looking behind you and reach through your legs. Remember to keep your stomach in and move from the waist. Relax the shoulders, look behind you. We're going to sway from side to side now, just inside the feet, yet again moving from the waist, keeping the hips still and sinking on down. Okay, let's grab one leg, ankle, then stretch that knee. Just the one knee, don't go sideways, then the other, then stretch, then stretch, then stretch, and then both, then stretch, then stretch, then stretch and hold. Deep bend, stretch once more. Hands into the center, and let's walk the feet in. Rolling up through the spine, shoulders up and back, reach the arms up, and we're going to go over to the side. Still keeping the hips level and square, squeeze your bottom to do so if you need to. And reach the other side. Try to keep your shoulder down and move from the waist. Now we're going to bench stretch the elbows, reaching the fingertips down the leg, lengthen the waist, go to the other side, and then reach away to come on up, hands on the back, and go from side to side from the waist. Let your head go in the direction you're moving. Let's do 2. Over, 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 and then drop the hands by your sides and from side to side. Don't worry if you mess up your hair, get that body moving. Okay, rolling the shoulders and dropping down, shoulder blades down the back. I'm going to do a little neck stretch. So ear to the shoulder, don't lift the shoulder but lift the ear up, and then the ear to the other side. And then come back to the center. I'm going to tuck the chin in and look over the shoulder at the ground behind you. And the same on the other side, keeping the shoulders level. You can flex that wrist and reach down with that shoulder to help. I'm going to roll the head out. Let the chin tuck in a little bit, so we're stretching the back of the neck as well. Good. Roll those shoulders once more. Slide the shoulder blades down the back and lengthen your neck. Hands on the shoulders and elbows round and open. All the while we're doing this, we keep the ribs down and stomach in. Lifting one arm up and back. Turn your wrist as you go to the back to stretch. Then the other arm, lifting and rotating. And now we're going to do both arms, swinging round and down, keeping the shoulders down. Let the elbows bend, palms facing front. And then up and down with those hands, nice sharp small movements. Shoulders are still, just moving the arms, feel the muscles in the back working. Hands just in front of you. Pushing out, you're extending to the side, feel the shoulder blades separate as you widen not just the front but the back. Little circles, make your hands into a fist, try to keep the elbows on top. Circles one way then the other. And then drop the elbows and lift. So you're rotating the arms, you'll feel the back of the arms working and the shoulders as you do this. Keep the shoulders down, long necks. Lifting and relax. We're now going to lean forward. Shoulders down the back again. We lift the arms as high as we can. Squeeze the muscles to lift again. This is a very Lotte exercise. Bend, stretch and lift. Squeeze and lift. Lifting all the time, just higher each time. Don't let the shoulders come forward. Keep them long and down the back. Stomach in. Then in and lift. You bring the hands closer together as you lift the hands up. In and lift. In and lift. In and lift. And lift, 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 and as high as you can. Hold it there. Up, 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 up. And relax, roll those shoulders out once more. Now we're squeezing the hands in, leave the holding onto your forearms, elbows lifted, squeezing in. I must improve my bust. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Now we're rising up and down, lift the heels off the ground, rise and lower, rise and lower, rise and lower, squeeze and squeeze, squeeze and squeeze. 2 taps of the heels, tap, tap, rise, tap, tap, rise, tap, tap, rise, tap, tap, rise, squeeze, squeeze, rise, in, rise. Now change the grip, swap hands, holding on to the forearms only, lower, rise, rise. Lower, up, up more. Rise, rise. Rise, rise. Rise, rise. Rise, rise. Rise and stay there. Down and up. Down and up. Down and up. Fall while squeezing the whole time. Then little rises. Squeeze, lift, 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 and relax. I'm going to do a deep lunge stretch. Put the heel down at the back. Arm up through the top. Hand round to the back. See if you can put one hand into the other. If not, just grip the top hand, top elbow and pull the hand down the back. Good. Now take the arm across the body, one hand in the other hand, and lift those hands away from your face, shoulders down, stretching your back and shoulder muscles. Hands behind, reaching down towards the floor, and stretch out and lift. Yet again, keep the shoulders down and repeat on the other side with the other leg, front leg bent, back leg straight, heel into the floor. Head up, shoulders back. Stretch and breathe. Good. Crossing the elbows, hand in hand. You can just grab a finger and thumb if you need to. Pushing away and lift the hands up away from the face. And then holding the hand, opening the chest once more, lift the hands away from you and shake on out. Okay, we're going to the bar, holding onto the bar, lifting the leg in front of you. You're lifting the leg as high as you can and lifting again. Then lower and lift for 2. Down, up, up, down, up, up, down, up, lift, lift. The whole time the stomach is in, your shoulders are over your hips. Lift, 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 and stretch, bend, lift. Stretch, bend, lift. Try to keep the pelvis level. Stomach will help you do this. Stretch, bend, lift. Stretch, bend, lift. Stretch, bend, lift. Good. Keep it going. Nice high leg. Lift, lift. Flexing the foot up. Straight back of the knee. Lift, lift. Bend, stretch and lift. Stretch it harder. Small bend, big stretch. Push the heel away. Stretch and lift. Stretch and lift. Stretch and lift. Stretch and lift. Take the arm off the balance. Lifting up, up, and relax. Well done. Let's go on to the other side. Lifting the other leg. Pointing the toe. Lift, 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 lift. Make sure that stomach's still in. Lower, lift for 2. Down, up, up. Down, up, up. Lift, lift. Lift, lift. Keep the hand on the hip to make sure your hips are level the whole time. Let's go into lifts. Up, 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 up. Stretch, bend, lift. Stretch, bend, lift. Keep the shoulders forward over the leg. Don't lean away from the leg. Stomach in. Stretch, bend, lift. Stretch, bend, lift. Stretch, bend, lift. Stretch, lift, lift, lift. Flexing those feet. Push the heel away. Spread the toes. Then stretch and lift. Stretch and lift. Stretch and lift. Stretch. One arm off. Other arm off to balance if you can. Lift, 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 lift. Hold, rise, and down you come. Well done. Come through. Okay, we're going to be facing the bar. Turn your knees out, feet nice and wide apart. We're bending and stretching. Make sure you turn out, opening your knees over your feet. Do not turn your feet out too much. Little lower, 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 little lowers. That's it. Shoulders over hips, stomach in. Open the knees and lower. Open and lower. So push your knees back and lower. Open and lower. Open and lower. Open and lower. Open and lower. Open. Now come on the half toe. Lower, lower. If this hurts your feet, don't do it. If you are rising up, heels forward. Keep the heels forward. Knees back. Lower one. Lower the other. Stay low. Heel down. Heel down. Heel down, heel down. Changing one leg, then the other. Keeping the hips level. Lower, 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 lower. Hold it there, nice and low. Turn out those knees again. Open and lower. Knees back and lower. Back and lower. Back and lower. Back and lower. Down a bit more. Test your balance. Push up, lower the heels and relax. Okay, we're going to stretch the front of the thighs, holding onto your bar with one hand. Take the foot behind, knee back, hips forward and stretch. Changing legs. It's more important to keep the hip forward than it is to bend the leg fully. Get the knee behind you if you can. Squeeze your bottom muscles to push your hips forward. Okay, facing the bar. We're going to lean a little bit forward and do a press up to bend the elbows and then stretch and lift. Bend, stretch and lift. Try to keep the back flat. Do not arch your back. Stomach's in and lift. You lift the leg by squeezing the bottom. Lift. Bend, stretch, lift. Bend, stretch, lift. Bend, stretch, lift, lift. The elbows are bent now. You're holding. Lift, 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 lift. Stretch, bend, lift the leg. Elbows still bent if you can. If it's too much, straighten your arms. Stretch, bend, lift. Stretch, bend, lift. Stretch, bend, lift. Stretch that leg in the air. Don't point to the ground. Try to keep it as high as you can. Bend, stretch, lift the leg. Little press up with a lift. Stretch, bend, lift. Stretch, bend, lift. Stretch, bend, lift. Stretch, bend, lift. Still moving in a lovely plank shape. Lift, 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 lift. Hold, keep the stomach muscles into your back, flat back, stomach back supported. Well done. Stretch on out. Cross the feet, bottom in the air, pull on the bar to stretch. Good. Let's do all that on the other side. Holding the bar, hands shoulder width apart. and some press ups and lift. So that's stretch and bend, lift the leg in the air, stretch and bend, lift. Try to move in one piece, stretch, bend, lift. Remember to keep the stomach in to support the back for the whole exercise. Little lifts, just squeezing your bottom muscles, lift, lift, lift. Flexed ankle, stretch, bend, lift. See how high you can stretch that leg as you stretch behind, lift. See if you can keep the leg behind you, stretch, bend, lift. Stretch, bend, lift. Stretch, bend, lift. Good. Kick that leg up, and now stretch, bend and lift the leg. Stretch, bend, foot up. Stretch, bend, keeping the body still, just using your bottom muscles with the stomach in, supporting you the whole time. Stretch, bend, lift. Stretch, bend, lift. Lift, 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 lift. Hold it there. Up and upper inch, and relax, crossing those legs, and pull on the bar as you lift your tailbone in the air to stretch and breathe. Okay, we have a little stretch of the arms now. Cross the arm over the body, keep the shoulder down, and pull and stretch. Okay, leaning on your bar with one hand, step away, straight supporting arm, we're lifting the leg to the side, it's just behind you. Reach your hand towards the wall, fingers reaching. I'm going to go forward, back and lift. So legs going forward, back and lift. Stretch, bend, lift. Stretch, bend, lift that leg. Stretch, bend, lift. Stretch, bend, lift. Lift, lift, lift. You're trying to keep your hips still, squeezing your bottom to do this movement. Good. Forward, back and lift. Forward, back and lift. Forward, back and lift. Forward, back, lift. Forward, back, lift. Notice that the hips are level. You're not leaning back with your hip, you're just taking the leg behind as you lift. Little circles going round. Don't start leaning, keep leaning towards the bar. Circles the other way. Keep the hips as still as possible. Use your stomach muscles, squeeze your bottom. Lift, 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 lift and hold. Up another inch and relax. It's going to cross that foot over the knee, bending, pulling backwards, back as flat as you can get it, and bend forward. You can go as low as you want, but keep your back straight. Let's do it on the other side. Leaning on the bar, leaning towards, bend your waist, keep your hips level, foot behind you, and squeeze your bottom to lift. Up, 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 up. Level hips, stomach in. Make sure both sides of your bottom are squeezing as we stretch, bend, lift. 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 Good. Stretch, bend, lift. That's lovely. Keep it going. Lift a little lift. Squeezing the bottom. Take the leg away from you so you don't lift the hip. Forward, back, lift. Forward, back, lift. Keep the hips level. Squeezing the bottom forward the whole time. Both sides. Forward, back, lift. Forward, back, lift. Forward, back, lift. Lift, lift, lift. Lift, 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 and hold it there. Circles going around, keeping the hips still. Circles one way, then circles the other. And then lifting up again, lift, lift, lift. If you face front, you keep your head level, hips level, leaning and relax. Crossing over and stretching. Well done. Pushing back, long flat back, hips level. Okay, we're going to be stretching facing the bar now, so we put one leg up, strap round the bar. If you haven't got a bar, then you can put the strap round your foot. Push the heel away so you've got a lovely straight front leg. Try to keep both hips level, look up tall, bend the knee a little bit, come forward and see if you can stretch even deeper. Hold that stretch, don't forget to breathe while you're stretching. Really lengthen the leg away. Let's change legs onto the other side. Pushing the heel through, straightening that back of the knee, looking up, shoulders back, and balance. Try to keep the hips square And of course, don't forget to keep your stomach in. Bend the knee, come forward and stretch once more, a little further. Don't tug, just squeeze and stretch, lengthening and holding. Lying on the floor, pull your deep stomach muscles in, and we're going to do straightforward rolling up and down with the spine. Try to lift the whole back, not just the head, so you keep a long neck. Relax your ribs so that they all bend as well, and you're rounding the whole back. Up and down we go. Nice fall all the way down, all the way up, and little lifts. Now staying on up, little squeezes of the stomach muscle, little pulses in. This is very Lotte. We're squeezing in each time. Keep that stomach in and hold and relax. Lifting one leg up, we're going to go towards the knee, chest to the knee, all the way up and down again. Let the body go slightly on diagonal. Make sure you lift both sides of the body even though you're twisting slightly. And now facing that knee, reach for your foot, opposite arm to leg, as if you're doing up your shoelaces. Lift, a lift, lift, try to keep the shoulder down and knee into the chest and relax. Put one foot down before you lift the other, stomach in, hands behind the head, supporting the weight of the head as you do this. All the way up, all the way down. You should feel the whole weight of the head. We're still keeping the stomach muscles in as we do this. Reaching across the body, up and over, reaching with the hand, the top of the foot, reach, 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 hold, and pull the knee in and relax. Staying there, we're going to bring the other leg up, stomach in. If you have back problems, you can keep both feet on the floor. We're going to have the hands behind the head and do the same, rolling up. Staying up this time, we're opening one knee to the side. Squeeze the knees together as you come up and over. So you're using some inner thigh, which helps you keep that stomach in. Open, close, squeeze and over. Squeeze and over. Don't forget to squeeze the knees and the top of the foot as well. In, little squeezes as you come up and over with the shoulders, little pulses in, grab the knees and pull them into your chest to relax. Holding the back of the legs, we'll roll up, rounding the back. You're bending the elbows to round the back more, and you're going up and over with the shoulders. Now try, if you can, with your hands reaching past your knees. Otherwise stay holding on. Reach, reach, and knees in and relax. Same position, taking both legs round the back to come on up. Bring one knee towards you and change. If you're worried about your back, hold the legs the whole time as you do this. If you feel confident enough, you can let go and do it without holding onto the knee. And pull in to stretch that back once more and relax. We're coming up to sitting. Holding the back of the legs once more. We've got a flat back. We're going to round that back, pull the stomach muscles in. You can tuck the pelvis under a little bit, and yet again, a little rounding of the back. You can go as far back as you can, as long as you've got a round back. Reaching past the knees, stomach in and over, in and over. It's coming from the waist. We're not moving the hips here. And relax. Rolling back again. And we're going to swing from side to side, just one palm touching the other, swinging from the waist. The movement's really from the waist. Allow your head to move, keep your hips still, try to keep your knees still as well. It's not easy. And then both hands on, stomach in once more, and up you come. Rocking back in that lovely round position, arms low and high. Each time little pulse and stomach in and a little round of the back. Try to keep that tuck under as the arms go up. Don't straighten your back, don't have your shoulders behind. And arms back, 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 back. Hold, keeping the round body, and up and forward you come to straighten on out. Then rolling back once more, polishing the knees, over, and a little deeper. We're Trying to roll through the spine on this one. 4 little movements each time. Lower still. Reaching, reaching. Try to put the waist on the floor. First rib. Hold it and relax. Stretch on out, pointing the toes, lengthen your waist. Pull the knees into the chest and just do some nice relaxing circles one way. And then circles the other. And then tips of the toes on the floor. We're going to drop the knees to one side. Try to relax your ribs as you do this. And then knees the other. So we're not pushing our ribs up, we're just getting a lovely twist in the waist. Stretch out once more, and we're going to roll onto our side. Lying on the side, we're going to do bend the top leg, lifting the bottom leg, flex the ankle, lift, point and lower. Using your inner thigh, make sure your leg is right underneath you so you're in a straight line. It's not forward of you or behind you, it's straight underneath you. Point, flex, lift, point, flex, lift, and point, flex, and lift, 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 lift. Keep the hips level, just using the inner thigh. Then stretch and lift, 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 stretch and lift. Good, stretch as high as you can, lift, lift, lift. Don't move the hips. Lift, lift, forward, back, 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 lift. And when you go back, it's just back to your original position, not behind you. And forward, back, lift. Point the toe, little circles one way, and little circles the other, about 8 each side. And then little lifts with flex foot, spreading the toes up, straight legs up, 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 hold and relax. Now we just put the soles of feet together, open your knees out to stretch the inner thigh before we do the other side. So we're lying on our side, bending the top leg. Make sure the other leg is right underneath you, so in a straight line. Flex, point, lower, flex, point, lower, flex, point, lower, flex, point, lower. Remembering all the things we did on the other side. Level hips, not moving. Pulling that leg away from you, super straight leg. Lift, 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 lengthening the whole time. Stomach's in, that'll keep your hips still. And stretch and lift. Stretch and lift. Lengthen it more. Stretch the back of the knee. Stretch and lift. Stretch and lift. Stretch and lift. Lift, 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 and hold it there. Forward, back, lift. Forward, back, lift. Forward, back, lift. Forward. Remember, back just to underneath you, not behind you. Forward, back, lift. Forward, back, lift. Forward, back, lift. Lift, lift, lift. Lift, lift, hold it there, and circles one way, pointing the toe, good, and then circles the other way, keeping everything still, just the leg moving, flexing, lifting, lift, 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 hold, and relax. Let's stretch once more. Soles of feet together, open the knees, rocking a little bit if you like, relaxing down, keep your ribs in, and stretch and breathe. Okay, we're going to sit up now, soles of the feet together, knees apart, and we're just rocking from side to side. Just relaxing, let the knees sink down. We're going to reach up and bend forward. Now you can have your feet further away from you if you need to. Lovely bend in the legs, let the back bend, breathe into your ribs and relax as you expand your ribs in your back. Reach the arms away, coming on up, draw the knees together. We're going to hug the knees into the chest now. trying to keep the knees together, insteps touching as best we can, and slide the legs away, the chest towards the knees to stretch and hold. Good. Lengthen those legs, crossing one foot over, pull that opposite arm, knee into the chest and rotate and stretch. Remember to breathe as you stretch. Changing legs, knee into the chest. Use the back hand to support you and lengthen your waist and stretch and hold. Okay, we're going to open the legs to the side, toes pointing right up to the ceiling. We're going to rotate over the foot and stretch. You're facing your leg, but your hips are level on the ground, both sit bones down. Let's face the other leg, reaching over, stretching and breathing. Reach forward to come back up. Add elbow inside the knee. Looking down, now open the top arm, turn the head and look upwards, past your elbow, not your armpit. The shoulders are down. Lengthen and rotate, reaching with your fingers. We're going to let the body round now. We're coming forward towards one leg and just go from side to side. Reach the fingers over the foot as you go. Then reaching away, let the body move the arms and don't forget to use your stomach muscles. Coming up, reaching forward, flat back for as long as you can, then let the body round, grab your feet and ankles to stretch. Hands back into the center, reach away and up you come. Hands behind, lift the pelvis, push forward a little bit, feet a little wider apart, stretch those heels away from you, shake the legs in to relax. Knees into the chest, take one leg into the air, parallel legs, then stretch, 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 hold and lift, and change legs, then stretch, 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 and lift. And then taking both feet, pull your stomach in, spot somewhere on the wall so you can balance, straighten your legs, open, open, and lower back down, arms up, and finally reaching over, 2 deep breaths, relaxing down, pull the stomach muscles in for the last time, and roll up, shoulders down, and well done. Thank you very much.